入我们今天的专题演讲。We will now move on to our keynote speech today. 我们今天非常荣幸邀请到 ICANN 总裁资深顾问暨全球利害关系人参与资深副总裁 Sally Costerton 为我们担任主讲人。It's our great honor to have Ms. Sally Costerton, Senior Advisor to President and Senior Vice President of Global Stakeholder Engagement at ICANN, as our keynote speaker. Costerton 副总呢有非常丰富的利害关系人参与以及公司治理的经验，他负责带领 ICANN 透过国际办公室来推动全球参与的工作，强化跟全球社群的连结。他的职责也包含了督导 ICANN 的会议团队以及参与计划团队。这两个团队呢负责执行 ICANN 的公益专案以及新进成员的计划。Mr. Costerton is a global leader with extensive experience in stakeholder engagement and corporate governance. She leads ICANN's global engagement efforts through its international offices, fostering strong connections with communities around the world. Her responsibilities also include overseeing the ICANN meetings team and the engagement programs team, which manage ICANN's public interest initiatives and newcomer programs. 今天 Costerton 副总呢要跟大家分享的主题是域名空间我们的旅程与下一步是什么。Her keynote speech today is titled Namespace, Our Journey and What's Next. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Ms. Costerton. 我们掌声欢迎。
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed colleagues, friends from across the technical community, government, civil society, and the private sector. It's a privilege to be here with you in Taiwan, a vibrant hub of innovation and a vital contributor to the Asia-Pacific internet ecosystem. This gathering reminds us that while the internet is often invisible in its operation, it is very much the product of visible, intentional collaboration. On a personal note, I have family ties here in Taipei. My son met his American wife while they were both teaching in Taiwan. We spent Christmas here together, and we visited them several times. So for me, being here isn't just professional, it's personal. Being here brings back warm memories and reminds me of just how connected we all are in ways both digital and human. When I first joined ICANN in 2012, I thought the work would be mostly about technology. But I quickly discovered it's really about trust. Trust in people, trust in processes, and trust in the idea that a decentralized global community can manage something as critical and complex as the internet. And in the years since, I have come to believe that trust is the unsung hero of the internet and of ICANN's success. At its core, the internet, of course, is a network of networks, bound not by any single authority, but by our shared commitment to openness, interoperability, and coordination. But none of that works without trust. We trust each other to act in good faith, to show up, and to prioritize the internet's long-term health over short-term interests. Whether you're operating an internet exchange point, running a root server, managing an ISP, advocating for digital rights, or drafting regulation, you're part of creating and maintaining this trust. Each of you plays a critical role to keep the internet stable, secure, and resilient. But here's the challenge. Because much of this work is invisible to most people, the internet feels like magic. People expect the internet to just work. They don't see the domain name system, root servers, packet routing, or the cybersecurity measures that make that possible. And that invisibility creates risk. Why? Because the internet feels intangible. Data flows across the globe in milliseconds. It's complex. Most people never learn how it works. It's always there, until maybe one day it isn't. And wireless access is effortless and instant. This disconnect means that people do not see the effort it takes to keep it running. And this can lead to misunderstanding or misinformation about who controls the internet, misunderstanding and underestimating cybersecurity risks, and apathy towards governance processes that affect everyone. In a time of rising geopolitical tension and regulatory shifts, that's dangerous. There's a real risk that the internet could fragment into digital islands, becoming less open, less interoperable, and less inclusive. So, how do we build trust together in something that people can't see? Well, a few thoughts for you. We need to be reliable. Trust comes from experience. Just like we trust electricity to power a light when we flip the switch, we trust the internet because it works. Type a URL and your site loads. Send an email, it gets there. The internet's technical layer has been astonishingly reliable over the last 40 years. Even during the pandemic, we kept it running. That's not an accident. It's the result of constant collaboration. We need shared principles and purpose, shared values, openness, security, inclusivity, and accountability keep us aligned. Our common goal is clear: a single, secure, resilient, and globally interoperable internet. We must enable multi-stakeholder participation. We need to hear all voices: governments, civil society, private sector, academia, and the technical community. ICANN's model is bottom-up, not top-down. Ideas start in the community. Public comment periods and open working groups ensure decisions reflect diverse perspectives. Here in Taiwan, the multi-stakeholder model is alive and thriving. Taiwanese community members contribute across almost every supporting organization and advisory committee in ICANN. This afternoon, some of these leaders will share their journeys, highlighting just how critical their voices are in shaping ICANN's holistic review and beyond. Many Taiwanese community leaders also go on to strengthen their participation and share knowledge across the APAC region, including leading the Trusted Notifier Network expansion, speaking at ICANN's regional event, the APAC-TWNIC Forum, which is happening next month, very soon actually, in the 8th to the 9th of May in Hanoi, developing ideas on how to best deliver internet governance-related knowledge to local young people, such as through this weekend's, here in Taipei, local APIGA program. We need to use transparent processes. Transparency fosters legitimacy. ICANN's open hybrid meetings and published materials allow the world to watch and participate. Trust also means accountability. After the IANA oversight transition, ICANN introduced stronger review mechanisms, performance metrics, and independent panels, all to ensure stakeholders can challenge decisions and see how power is being exercised. We must commit to inclusion and cultural respect. A globally trusted internet must reflect the world's languages and values. That's why ICANN supports IDNs that lets people use domain in their native scripts. Universal acceptance to ensure all valid domain names and emails work everywhere. These aren't just technical upgrades, they're about dignity, identity, and inclusion. The upcoming round of new generic top-level domains that ICANN will open almost exactly a year from now in spring 2026 is a major opportunity to expand digital identities, and we're going to talk about this a little bit more in the session after lunch. Programs like the Applicant Support Program and the RSP Evaluation Program are already open and underway, lowering barriers and ensuring more communities can participate. We must show the multi-stakeholder model works. Trust is built when we tackle real-world problems like DNS abuse. ICANN contributes fact-based data through the DAR system and is developing Domain Metrica to enhance DNS security metrics. We fund tools like Informal to understand attacker behavior, and we provide training and capacity building around the world. We've worked with our contracted parties to tighten up their contracts to improve tackling of abuse. We do all this not just to secure the DNS, but to demonstrate that multi-stakeholder collaboration can deliver results, that it works. ICANN isn't perfect, but it's often held up as a model of global trust building, open, transparent, and consensus-driven, not because it's easy, as many of you will know, but because it is sustainable. A model of trust is not a document. It's a practice. It means listening, being open, disagreeing without breaking the system, showing up day in, day out with humility and shared responsibility. Let's leave this event with a renewed sense of purpose. Let's support the Internet's technical foundations, embrace inclusive innovation, and continue to strengthen the multi-stakeholder model. The Internet's future is not predetermined. It's something we shape together. Thank you, and I look forward to our continued collaboration.
Thank you very much, Ms. Costerton, for your very insightful sharing. Please take your seats. 非常谢谢 Costerton 女士非常精彩的分享，请回座。